everybody, and welcome to a Just Enough Heshy show. This is great. I got everybody back this week. Somehow I dragged Nicole. I had to say something bad about somebody that I don't like, so she came rushing and screaming, Heshy, a double standard. Can't talk bad about women with Nicole around. I had to learn that the hard way. Welcome back, Nicole. We're so happy to see you back. You make our show more livelier. Not you. I love you, Tom. And, of course, my beautiful friend here, Tom, co-host, he comes here with his hat. What are you wearing that hat?
Because I'm trying to pull off the Eminem look. Because I don't know if you know this, because I have a little bit of background in other things, and people used to always kind of compare me to Eminem, so I always wear
that beard? Seriously?
Well, no, the snow cap.
And then my wonderful, good-looking, smartest, most intelligent, who is telling me to be a statesman, which I am. You see I'm wearing my flag on my shirt now.
Thank you.
George, how are you?
Good. How are you doing? I'm recovering from a cold.
Yes, you are, but you look great.
Thank you.
And I tried to get your picture onto our group pictures. And
I understand Nicole's picture is going to be first. I get that. I'm a marketing guy.
Comments about, Nicole, I'm telling you.
You're still trying to auction me off.
No. The marriage proposal just coming in. You know,
how much is the bid up to? What are we up to? You know?
Oh gosh.
Are you doing eBay now?
Stop it. eBay's for losers. Nicole is high class. Okay. But George, I need a better picture. George, I need something with a suit like me. You know. Okay, he doesn't have to have one. Nicole looks great. Anyways, everybody, welcome to the show. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about many different things, and most importantly, I'd like to tell all of you, and I want to read this before we start the show because it's a serious thing. My cousin, and I didn't know about this till the middle of last week. They didn't tell me. His name is Moti Shamir. He married my cousin. My family's been in Israel since 1945. He's my first cousin's grandson. We have so many there. He was a major. His name is Major Moti Shamir in the Israeli army. And when they heard the shootings and stuff, he ran out, took his gun, gave his kids a kiss goodbye. He had one baby and a beautiful young wife. And he went out to fight the terrorists, him and a couple guys. And they were shooting and killing them. And at the end, he got killed on October the 7th. So I'm going to Israel. I'm going to say Kaddish. I mean, even though his family does, he's religious. I want to go to his grave and cry with him, cry over it. We never lost. We lost only one family members in 70 years fighting in Israel. And we have lots of soldiers on the north and the south, many of them in uniform. I'm sad to the sense that when I was telling George and Nicole and you guys, I know that the October 7th hit a lot of families personally very badly, and I don't understand their pain. I still don't understand Moti because he's only a cousin. He's not a close relative. It hurts me that I can't believe that one of mine died. One of mine was killed. I'm proud that he was a hero, but hero is not what I want. I wanted him to be alive. And I now experience somewhat firsthand. I'm going to Israel, my dear co-hosts. I'm flying Friday morning. I'm going to be arriving, going into Jerusalem. I'm going to go pray at the wall. You're going to see a couple of videos. I'm going to make some funny videos. And then I'm going to go visit my Holocaust survivor thing. I'm going to meet an IDF spokesman. I've been on the phone with them. I can't tell you his rank or last name, but his name is Ben Sam. And there are maybe, with God's help, I might get into Gaza. And if I find a gun on the floor and whatever, you never know what I do. I know I'm a big talker. That's what Nicole says.
For whatever reason, Heshy, I picture you in one of the old Osborne episodes. I am going to
get one of those hats.
I picture you when Ozzy was going up and they had him like by a tank and he was visiting all the sites with his son Jack, and this was like years ago, and he went up and like was like on the tank. It's going to be like you. It's going to be just like you, Heshy.
But we did send support to Israel, 80,000 in vests and some other stuff. I'm going to come back and raise, my goal is $500,000 for the IDF to buy more vests.
How much are we up to already?
We're up to 80, but we're far away from our goal, and we need a lot. And I have a plan, and I want to make these videos, and I have some very wealthy people in Jersey and stuff. They want to see, and I'm going to tell you something, Nicole. And I was telling all of you before the show. There are leftists in Oakland that sat in a community board meeting denying that October 7th happened. Okay, they were doing some kind of an amendment or something to condemn.
They totally denied it.
Denied it.
What do they make of the videos?
They said the videos are fake.
Was that like an action movie or something that we missed?
They're saying the videos were fake, and it bothers me. And these are the leftists.
And while you do that, Heshy, I know you're doing that, but we're actually on at 9:05, so I want to say hello to a couple different places. 93.5 FM WVIP, just like the old Pamela Anderson show. VIP 1640 AM WJPR, and also 620 AM WSNR. Welcome, and also give us a call if you'd like. It's 646-974-1580. 646-974-1580. And while Heshy's looking for those notes,
but I wanted to comment.
Okay.
Because of those idiots in Oakland, your buddy, yours. I'm going to go to Nicole now. She's
my buddy. Oh boy.
Well, it's not my buddy this time.
For sure. This is I got you off the hook.
What am I being attributed to now? Let's
Representative Alexandria. Can I say a bad word about her? Please let me call her a name.
As long as you're not going to get on her for her sexual history.
Oh, she's a tramp too. Sleeping.
Oh, stop.
Oh God. Okay, Alex. She should be married.
What do you mean she should be married?
She's a representative in Congress. She has to show.
That's not a requirement.
Well, Heshy, while you figure that out, I do want to give a plug actually to Nicole because she is part of her firm, Viten Gruber Law. They do serve care with compassion. They're in Monmouth, New Jersey. Since 2017, they're serving the community. If you want to have any information on them, they do bankruptcy, they do credit, they do trust, they do wills. They're at 732-695-3303, and they're at 1720 Highway 34. Suite 10, Wall Township, New Jersey, 07727. They also do foreclosure.
Now you know where to find me. Now everybody knows where to find me.
No, but you can't marry her. You can just hire her. But what's her phone number?
732-695-3303.
That's it.
Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said Monday that the U.S. military aid to Israel is being used to commit violations of human rights in Gaza. And she's witnessing gross violations of human rights that is being done with the military assistance, and she wants to stop all the assistance because of the so-called committed genocide, then redirect the funds to humanitarian assistance. Now, this is your congresswoman, yours, Democrat, that you voted for, that you like.
I mean, in all fairness, I'm a resident of New Jersey.
Well, you are a Democrat. So
I am a Democrat, but I did not vote for her because I was not able to vote for her.
Anyways, we're going to start our show. I want to give a shout-out to my beautiful granddaughter, Mira Nava.
Okay, and Sergeant Peter, but we do have a caller on the line.
We're going to take the call after do the shout.
Okay, all right.
Sergeant Peter, Mira Nava, Layla Tamal, and, of course, Ellie, and my grandson, Yeshua. Thank you for making my life better every single day and making me a better man. Quickly, I just want to give you a quote. Because I'm going to Israel, I want you to see why. We live and die in the shadows for those we hold close and for those we never meet. Okay? I just want you to know that. I live to help other people, but sometimes you have to be in the shadows. But also, not only the ones that we love, the ones that we never meet. That's what this world is about. And me and Tom and Nicole are going to talk about this guy who wants to downgrade or depopularize or
depopulate.
Depopulate the world. One quick joke. Nicole won't like this one, but here we go.
How do you know she might like it, she might not?
She's on their side.
He lives to bust my balls.
No, I don't.
He lives to
because you're on their side. You're a sister. Okay, here's the deal. Me and Linda had an argument. Nothing new. And Linda is supposed to
How often does that happen?
Every day.
Okay.
Usually every
How
hour.
many times a day?
Today we hung out a whole day.
Wow.
Okay? And the reason is I had an argument with her the other day, and she said, I said to her, and I was doing a lot of, Linda wasn't feeling well, so I was doing a lot of cooking, cleaning, and washing. And Linda said she was going to do the cooking one night to ease the pain and make it peace with me. I come home, and I smell the thing. I say, oh, Linda, go ahead, serve the salad. She says, how do you know we're having salad? I said, I don't smell anything burnt in the house.
Oh, God.
I know, I was in big trouble.
And
it was only a salad. She made a big salad. Big deal.
So I take it you have a very comfortable couch at your house, huh?
The couch does go up and down.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Does it fall down into a bed?
Yeah.
The one in the back.
Because I have a feeling you spent a lot of time on
exactly.
it. No, the one in the back. I got a nice, comfortable one. Yes, I did.
Is it possible you might be like Borough Park's version of Al Bundy then in that case?
Al doesn't even cook. Anyways,
somebody got that.
646-974-1580. You don't want to let me talk, so go ahead, take a phone call, Nicole.
All right, I didn't know someone was calling for me.
We are on the air here, so caller, give us a mention of who you are and let's talk about it. Yes, hi, how are you? You're with George, Nicole, Heshy, and Tom.
Hey, everybody, it's Christopher Messina. How y'all doing?
How you doing,
Christopher Messina. Chris Messina is a friend.
Longtime friend.
Longtime friend.
Where's he from?
from Florida. He used to be one
New
of
York.
us. Now he carries a gun. He's
New Yorker,
pistol
he's
packing
an
Floridian.
anthropologist and a mine owner.
Yes.
He got smart. He moved to Florida, huh?
Yeah.
He's no long time, first time, to
How
quote
are
the
you
fan.
guys doing?
Awesome.
All right,
awesome.
how are you, Chris?
Chris,
Fantastic. I'm wishing Heshy a marvelous trip to Israel. Sorry that I'm not going with you. Next time I come, I'll get a couple for you from a long range. It'll be fun.
you got it. And I'll show you the right way to do Israel. When they were talking to me, the IDF soldier, he says, "Do you know Israel?" I said, "Before you were born, I used to drive through Yericho, which is, belongs to the Palestinians. I used to drive through, stop, hang out with the Palestinians. So I'm not scared of anyone in Israel. Now, today, they'll shoot and kill me." And by the way, Chris, and I want to tell all of you, you all say that the Hamas is not Palestinians. Okay, they're not. The Hamas is a bad group. Let me just show you something. Who do you think Hamas is? They are Palestinians. They were voted into power by the Palestinians. And when the Jews and the hostages were captured, you saw the Palestinian people on the street not be nice, beat them, throw stuff at them, not Hamas. So I don't have no mercy for those people.
Yeah, but listen, their leadership.
Massive re-education needs to be done.
You don't have to walk in the street. 1 minute, Chris, you don't have to walk in the street, even though your leadership.
Put them in a room and taught them that Hitler was bad. And every time they disagreed, the soldiers take them out in the hallway and beat the crap out of them and sent them back in. That is what needs to be done to fix Gaza.
Yeah. But I'm just telling
Well,
you
what's the shame though is that these people. Listen,
they're tortured and they're scared, but you don't have to go
I
out
understand.
and hit them more.
I understand where you're going to
Beat
go
them
with that.
more.
I understand where you're going to go with that. But their leadership is in Qatar or Dubai or wherever, and the average Palestinian is suffering through this war.
Oh no,
that's right. And
they
that's
enjoy
exactly
it.
What has to happen.
I don't think they enjoy it.
They
No,
enjoy
they
it.
don't enjoy it.
They enjoyed. They could have built it. They had
all those young men in Germany.
Do you know,
had to be
Chris?
told that they were lied to by their leaders who didn't have their interests at heart and showed them exactly what they were like. And if they didn't listen, they get smacked in the head a couple of times until they figured it out. Otherwise, there's never going to be peace there. Hamas has to go. Gaza should be paradise, and they screwed it up.
It was
Hamas
paradise. It was. But do you know how many greenhouses were there? How much money was coming in? The Jews were dragged out of beautiful buildings and homes. The prosperity in Gaza was better than all of Israel.
And Hamas is so insane that the millions of dollars of
billions
and agricultural improvements and water improvements and all the stuff that was left in Gaza in 2005, Hamas is so evil, they made the Palestinian people rip all that stuff out because the Jews built it, rather than using it to make a prosperous society. They're rock core evil to the bottom of their souls.
Well, all I want to ask you one more question, Chris, before we finish. Do you think this stupid truce? I know we want the hostages back under all circumstances. And Nicole, I'm going to ask you
idea.
I have my opinions on that.
I hate this truce.
1944 told the Allies to stop bombing Dresden because of the German children.
Right.
Hamas brought this on the people. The Gazans brought this on themselves. You want a truce? You want a ceasefire? Give up every single hostage.
I don't believe there's more than 50. I don't. But
Chris, we're gonna obviously
thing to do.
cut you off. Thank you. We'll talk to you next week, and thank you for all you do because I think we have somebody else on the line as well.
I want to ask Nicole
Oh no. Okay, never mind. Thank you, producer.
Nicole,
Yeah.
is there more than 50 hostages?
So, it's funny. My father and I count them every day as they release more.
I know. 10, 12, 13.
No, but we've
is
been
there
counting.
more than 50?
I think
Not
there are.
talking the Thai. I'm talking Jews.
I think there are maybe 60 of them left.
How many Americans are there, if you know?
10 or 12.
There were 12, and they already released, I think, two or three. Yeah. Abigail, the dual citizen.
Without the mother.
Parents are murdered. What? There is no mother.
No, one of them, there was a mother and son. Just released that.
Right, but those are not Americans. They released 2 American women in the beginning, like the first few days. And then they released Abigail, which is the 4-year-old whose parents were murdered the day of. So they've released 3. And there's still, I think, another 7 or 8 left that they still have. And some of them, they're claiming they don't know where they are.
But it is shocking to me as an American. Forget about Israel for just a second. As an American, what is President Biden doing? I mean, as a Democrat, aren't you mad that the president isn't doing anything about it? Like, he just... there's just words. I mean, I'm just shocked about that.
By the way, I want to just tell you, this guy who's letting me come into Israel, this IDF Ben Sam, he had a problem with me. He said, I can't let you into Gaza. I think he watched my videos. I said, why? He says, you're fat.
Is he a Kalman Yeager fan?
No, he said, you're fat. I said, come on, you watch my videos, Ben. You can't say, because I tell everybody I'm fat. I can't get into
Well, nothing could be like Simca Felder. Remember when you stopped Felder in the street that time last year? And he was basically like, almost like he was like giving you some word Yiddish.
So right. He was trying to tell me, I was trying to ask him questions on politics and policies. And he said, oh, God. All he knows is how to, but God.
And he said, yes, he'll keep challenging.
Was he waiting for an answer from God?
That's what he said. I think that's all it is. When you see Simca Felder, all he says, I said, what about the issue? God will help you.
Can he ask him for some lottery
I got
numbers?
you elected for you to make changes. I said, can we, we have
And the man's been in office for 23 years.
Yeah.
Well, 22 technically.
By the way, COVID is up in Long Island, so they want us to vaccinate again. Even though China, I heard, started to vaccinate. What is it? You told me? China is going back to full.
Well, we talked last week on the show. There were certain places.
They just implemented it in China.
Well, we talked last week on the show that there were certain places that were implementing face masks indoors in certain places. Yeah, it was upstate. It was in Auburn County. It was California. I think it was also another county upstate where in certain places like hospitals or other places, they were implementing face masks to return indoors due to
I want to give a shout out to Tal Bernstein, my friend's daughter, who cooks all night in a restaurant and drives to the border and delivers that food. Yep. Tal, I'm coming out to see you, and I'm going to come out to help you. I want to talk about Nicole's favorite subject.
You got to plug when you got your haircut, by the way.
I will. I was at home. Okay, I have a barber. Whatever, we help him. I'm at home, and this guy calls me. I'm sorry, he Instagrams me. Heshy, can you help my business? And I'm always helping businesses or making videos or going to the stores, wine stores.
That sounds very high class to have a guy come to your house to cut your hair.
Because during COVID, they did that.
You do it on an app. It's called Glam Squad.
People were charging $100 during COVID to get haircuts. And so this texted me, and he says, please, can I come give you a haircut and promote my business? I'll give you a free haircut. I didn't want a free haircut, but he came, rings the bell.
Who doesn't want a free haircut?
A kid.
I'll take a free
18
haircut.
years old, comes up. He said, I just started my business. I come to people's houses. Very nice. He puts me in the back room, and he does a pretty nice haircut. I couldn't believe it. He even hid most of my white hair. Yes, I colored it.
I thought it was funny how you said, well, tomorrow I'll color it. That's what you said in the
video. You got it. I mean, I wouldn't know, but you got to cut it first, and then you get
He did a great job. And he didn't want to take money from me, and I gave her money. Look how she's looking. Where's that white hair?
Where's he going?
Yeah, look at that now. But it looks good. When I get to Israel, the little white will come back, and I'll look more distinct.
And I thought only Greek men were vain.
No, I'm not vain. It's for the cameras. Linda doesn't care about my white hair.
But while you do a couple things, I want to give some plugs out. First of all, I want to say hello to Black Beauty. I also want to say hello to our buddy Josh Bailey, who's out in the roads, who wanted to come with you to Israel, but unfortunately he can't. I want to say hello also to our buddy Yehuda Silber from Cleveland.
I like Yehuda.
Yehuda's a good guy, always with us every week. I want to say hello also to my friend Zena out there, not too far from here. She's listening. Anthony Finkel is tuned in, I believe, on 6:20 a.m. I want to say hello to my buddy who's the moderator of the Sports Authorities group on Facebook, John Gonzalez, over 5,000 members.
Oh, wow.
John runs the group. I'm a moderator.
He's tuned in. Videos?
Because John's in sports. He works security at MetLife.
Me and Heshy could start sparring.
John works. Well, John is also cool because he works security at MetLife Stadium. So when everybody's booing the Jets, well, the Giants are a little better right now, but John's kind of got a front row seat. So John is tuned in. He wants to say hello, and definitely thank you, John, for your support and everybody else out there.
I'm going to go in another direction to all of you.
Oh, that bomb?
Anti-Semitism. They're coming after us. I mean, I told Ben, the IDF soldier, he says, I know what you guys are going through, and I see what's happening across the world. He says, how is it going in New York? And I said, it's bad. They're all over schools, Hofstra, colleges.
It's almost it's tragically chic now to be an anti-Semite.
Tragically hip.
The principal allowed 100 kids to walk out in support of Palestinians. Colleges should be taken away.
Well, we spoke about the whole thing about
CUNY
funding.
They're fighting us now. I told them in Borough Park and Flatbush, my community, where we have about 500,000 people between the different neighborhoods here in Brooklyn, you're not coming. We have our own protection. You come, we're going to get you. We're ready for you. We're ready for you. Come, do your protest here. We're ready for you. I am ready for you.
Well, let's be clear. But let's be clear. You're okay with a protest?
No, not here. Not here. Go protest by your own neighborhoods. This is my neighborhood. Nobody's interested in your protest. There's nothing for you to gain here. Nobody's going to listen to you. Go to Washington. Go to the president.
You know what that is?
What's
That's called mind games.
Right.
That's playing
so
mind games.
we're here in a peaceful neighborhood. Go to Bay Ridge. You're only a couple
Well, they're going
blocks
to
away.
the Christmas tree lighting.
Okay, right, and they're going to cause trouble there. And I heard the police are saying that there might be. Now they paid $30,000 to clean up a mess in the city by Central Park. $70,000 in Washington.
See, I'd start finding the hell out of these people.
But when us Jews do anything or leave a piece of paper on the floor, oh, we're dirty. They rip down posters, and when we scream at them and videotape them, they come and attack 2 Jewish women. But they don't get arrested.
Okay, so
we get arrested if we do something or say something or curse back at them or say a bad word about a politician in any bad way. We get in trouble. They get away with it. Anti-Semitism is not being controlled. Your mayor's not controlling it. Your governor's not controlling it. All she's busy interested in
your city council's not controlling it.
Zero.
I agree with you.
Republican and Democrats.
The problem is it's becoming like
so what's the
chic
solution?
or hip or whatever.
Do we have a solution, Nicole, Miss Lawyer? I want to know what kind of passage that you would come up with or you would advise us.
Sure.
I want punishment. I know you have the First Amendment. I know you're going to scream at me in the Fifth Amendment.
I'm not going to scream at you about any of it. And by the way, the Fifth Amendment here doesn't apply.
Not you, but you should be scared.
First of all, as Jews, we should never be scared.
I know. I'm not scared.
I fear no one.
I fear no one either.
As
but
Jews,
you should see the videos, how they curse at you and they come at you, and when you antagonize back, they attack you.
Heshy, all the scared Jews are dead. Okay? The rest of us, we should never be scared. That's
can I just say something when you're done? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But you asked for a solution. I understand George's reservation in that there is a right to assemble, right? Because you start
not without a permit.
Not without a permit, but there's a right to assemble.
But they do.
Rega.
Oh,
there's a
rega
right.
means look how she
There's a right to
rega
assemble.
is like picking up your middle finger, but not really doing
No,
it.
it's like wait a minute.
No.
You
Look how
know.
she holds the 3 fingers together. Look at that. I promise you, that's what it means.
She knew you were gonna pick on her, so she got worked up.
You know how people
Slow
hate you. Know, I don't mind
Yeah,
cursing at you.
yeah,
Once
yeah,
you do
yeah.
the finger in the window, you'll have an attack.
Yep.
When I see the finger, I don't when somebody curses me through the window, F you pig. But when they pick up that finger,
It's
it
not a
kills
finger.
me.
It's all the fingers.
No, look at it again.
Is it like this?
I hope
Yes.
I hope the producer got it.
You know what
the
it is?
Greek says I'm like
That's
this.
it. Wait.
She's fixing the finger now.
Well,
Look at that.
she's had 2 weeks that she's been waiting to get that in on you. But it's on you.
She must have Go ahead.
You have a right to assemble. You cannot tell one group or another that they can't. The issue that I take is that there are stark differences between a pro-Palestinian protest and a pro-Israel protest. And we could see it by D.C. You went to the one in D.C. Remember that? There were hundreds of thousands of people there. It looked like a really huge crowd. Wasn't dirty, no litter, no violence, no arrests, no incitement of violence, no calling for anybody else's complete destruction. It was a bunch of Jewish people singing Atikva.
No property damage.
No property damage. You
There
see
was
the difference?
a few people looking for destruction. There were a couple in the Tuakata animals.
And they were done with, right? So you need to hold people accountable when they get out of control. I would have fined every single person that littered in that in the one in New York City, because if the city has to pay the tab,
that would have destroyed the park.
Fine, but
By the way, Rudy Giuliani used to say, you can protest all you want, but the moment you break a window,
it's done.
It's done. It's
as it
done.
should be. 100%.
Done.
It's done. You're allowed to protest. You're allowed to scream whatever you want. Free Palestine because you're totally uninformed about this war. That's your business. But the minute that you start to incite some sort of violence, or the minute that you start to cause mess, you need to be held accountable to clean up your mess. I agree with you there 100%.
We have a Jewish religious inspector, Taylor, Richie, that I was friendly with. I'm still friendly with.
I know him.
Now he's promoted to inspector. And I don't think he's ready. I know he wants to be his image and he wants to be nice and very political, but I don't think he's ready when they come get us. And I want to know what his excuse is when they come hurt this community and somebody gets hurt. What are we going to do? Do we punish the cops? Do we then defund them or throw them out? I would never defund the cops, but they're not ready. They're not prepared to defend the Jewish people. They stand there with their badges. They put their little police cars in front of the churches and the synagogues.
Well, what do you expect them to do?
I expect them to get out of their cars, to be more vigilant, to walk around, to have more cyber viewing of all these political events. And when these Palestinians are cursing and screaming on the street, watch the videos, George.
There's something called civil liberties that kind of...
No, but George, watch the videos. You can't walk down... Nicole, lawyer, you walk down the street, pretty girl, and I say bad things to you, very bad things to you. I want to do this to you, or blah, blah, blah. I want to grab... Am I allowed to do that, or I can get punished?
You say this as if this doesn't happen all the time. This is called being a woman. It's a female experience.
Okay, you're letting it go, but you legally, I cannot call you names and say I want to grab you and do stuff to you. These people say I want to kill you. I want to rape you. And they start cursing at the Jews. I want you to die. I want you to be in the ovens. That is illegal.
Actually, it's not.
It is.
It's only called assault if you put someone in imminent fear of threat. So if you come to me and say I want to grab you
and rape you,
right. What you tell me that you want to do and what you start to take acts toward doing are different. So if I report you for harassment, right? Yeah, I can make the report, and they may or may not take it seriously. But if you grab me by the hand when I'm walking down the street,
that's
a
different story, yeah.
But you're not fearful that I'm following you and calling you that I'm going to do things to you? You're not fearful.
Heshy men follow me all the time.
I mean, Nicole, have you ever...
the finger thing,
Nicole, have you ever been past a construction site by any chance?
Yeah,
well, I'll tell you what.
Right.
But that's different. It's
How
done
is
in
it
a
different?
loving
All right,
manner.
so you know what, Heshy?
And in a
I'm
sexual
going to
manner.
actually...
You're talking in a fearful
I actually have a
manner
couple
that
comments
they
here
threaten
from some of our fans out there, and obviously one of our listeners, Zena, wants to make a great point here. Since she says it's one thing to have a peaceful protest, that is fine, but it is absolutely abhorrent for these New York City pro-Palestinian protesters to vandalize a library and a landmark
Agree.
that so
100%.
many people, including
I'm
myself,
sorry, that costed
hold
$30,000.
absolutely
They should be arrested.
sacred in their hearts. And now the library, which has been underfunded and has had their funding cut even more, is now responsible for cleaning up all of this, including the very sensitive parts of that edifice, I believe she puts. You can, and she basically says it's just, she's so upset
Nobody
about it.
arrested
Be arrested.
Nicole.
Yes,
And wait a
that's
minute,
called
that
vandalism.
congressman, which I don't like, Dan Goldman, he's a leftist, whatever. They went to and he wants ceasefire.
Goldman, I'm surprised.
They went to his office. I posted a video. They put signs. They
On 9th
graffitied up on
Street,
the floor, right in 9th Street and 3rd Avenue.
Oh, they vandalized his office?
Yeah.
Yep.
And there was cops. Nothing. Zero. And don't tell me there was no cameras.
that's
Don't
wild.
tell me there's no
That's
cameras.
wild.
But you know what those little chickens do? Those Palestinians, they cover their face.
And that's a good point. I want to get on that because these people seem to be so proud of themselves, right? They're the liberators. They're against genocide. They think they're on the right side of history. If you thought you were right, why would you have to cover your face?
Well, my question is, these are the same people a couple of years ago screaming and yelling about Trump. Trump's a tyrant, and Trump's this, Trump's that. He's gonna put people in camps. But meanwhile, they're supporting a regime, Hamas. I mean, that's tyrannical. So to me, my head wants to explode when I see this.
I want to give you a little good news, okay? There was a 15-year-old girl, because we're talking so sad now. I was reading about her, that her 3-year-old cousin was going into, was drowning and having a cardiac arrest. And all the people standing around, they didn't know what to do. She says, I know CPR. 15-year-old girl jumped in, saved the girl. And they asked her, she said, my mind wasn't thinking. I was trained, and I just jumped in, and she saved her 3-year-old cousin. This is what America should be. This is what kindness and using your
Do we
brain
know this person's name?
Yeah, give her a shout out.
Give her a shout out.
Let's see, I saw her name somewhere.
Sorry, but we got to give her a shout out.
Well, I have it somewhere.
Well, while you figure that out, I actually want to give a plug to the Crossroads of Toms River, New Jersey, because they do a lot when it comes to, speaking of positives, they do a lot when it comes to opioid use, and they're one of the leading treatment centers when it comes to all the different things in treatment and counseling and supportive peer groups and everything else that you might want to check out. And you can do that at 751 Route 37 West, Toms River, New Jersey, zip code 00875. And if you want to give them a call for more information, you can do that at 800-805-6989. And they're open from Monday to Saturday. That is Monday from Saturday, usually between 5 o'clock and 10 a.m., Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Saturdays, and they're closed on Sundays. So definitely want to support people out there in groups that make a difference for those, especially out there in the tri-state area. And Crossroads of Toms River, I think, does a great job with that.
By the way, that was, see, I know he did the commercial base. Yeah, we got it.
Nice.
By the way, her name is Christine Atkinson, and her 3-year-old niece is Maxine. Christine, I'm so proud of you, and may God bless you. And you know, in the Jewish religion, you save one person, you save the world, and you did a wonderful job, and that's very nice.
That's amazing.
And that's kudos to her.
Yeah. I have to go back to her. She made me crazy.
Well, I think the last, you know what it is?
She just snapped me at the beginning of the
Heshy,
show.
the last couple weeks, you haven't had her,
I know that.
and you
That's what it
needed
is.
that
Legal
banter.
advice and
Pull it in the
George-
chambers.
I almost feel like this is like
George is defending you.
Heshy, I
I
gotta be honest.
Go, Nicole.
I feel-
You're right, Nicole.
He's
yeah.
reasonable. You know what's funny?
He's not
George and I
reasonable.
are on opposite sides of the aisle. He's a reasonable
I
man.
just
Thank you
found
very
out
much,
why he's
Nicole.
no good. I just found that today.
Listen, the Greeks and Israelis have gotten along for a long
No,
time.
I know that because you see, the Jewish rabbis have to be married, but they don't have to be married to become a rabbi.
Correct.
The Christian priests don't have never
The
allowed to be
Catholic
married.
priests are not allowed.
His priests must be married to become a priest.
Must be married?
Must be.
If you're going to get a parish, you must be married.
Wow.
Wow.
It's
You know.
like this
Good
is.
for them.
That's why he's just.
That's
That's
the
why
right
we
way.
cut down on the scandals.
That's why
you know?
there's no problems.
I'm not going to say there's no problems. but-
Cuomo and Adams are being now sued with a 20-year-old law. Now, and even Trump, these people, there's no way they could remember. There's a statute of limitations
So
of 7
because they don't
years for
remember, that
everything.
absolves them of
Okay,
responsibility?
but 7 years, again, why didn't they do it for 7? Don't tell me they had mental problems. These are now Cuomo's woman. I agree, she should go after him. I hate.
Why? Because you don't like him.
He's a sicko, and he did it in the governor's mansion. He's a bad
Well, he also
man.
went after Heshy during COVID.
Isn't he
too.
running
That's a
for
big-
mayor?
There it is.
Isn't he
There you
running?
go.
And now this idiot, Crackamo, you have no chance. I promise you. I know I'm running for city council, but George, be ready. If this wacko runs for mayor, I'm going to announce my mayor run. I have to. I'm going to.
Are you announcing here?
If I could debate Cuomo, I would crush him. The man is really stupid.
There should really be like sound effects for them. We need a drum roll.
I'll
Drum
tell you what,
roll.
Heshy, you make some
Here's the
sound
Heshy,
effects.
I'm
announcement.
telling you, Heshy, you would be so good in the wrestling world. You know, if this doesn't work out in politics,
get ready to
I'm telling you,
rumble.
Heshy, you and Nicole back and forth. It could be almost like a promo
No,
segment
no,
on
I just wanna
WWE
point-
Monday Night
Hey,
Raw.
put the boxing ring on.
Listen,
I didn't like Nicole's middle finger over there.
I didn't put your middle finger.
Where did that happen? You know?
And, by the
I
way,
have
and if you
witnesses.
want to chime in, 646-974-1580. Slow enough for you, Heshy?
Yes,
there you go,
646-974-1580.
In the beginning, he
like
calls
you
me a
doing it.
classy lady. Now
You
he's
are
saying
saying
I'm
I
putting
said
my fingers.
I never said you're not
A
classy.
classy lady wouldn't put up a finger.
No, you didn't put up the whole finger. You did it in a classy way.
Can I ask a question, Nicole? Would you vote for AOC?
Oof.
Oh,
That's a hard
man.
one. Who's she running against?
Who cares?
I don't
Who
care.
I don't care.
You know, there was a video.
Donald Trump Jr. I don't know.
No, there's a video. I sent it to you. Some guy said that they offered him $20 million to run against. No, Ishla.
Are you talking about Hill Harbor, who was offered money against
Talib.
Yeah, Talib. It was $20 million.
Is
and
that true? It's a lie.
Talib's got to go.
he said he was running for Senate instead. He declined.
No, but he said that he would never run against Talib. That she's
He's
okay.
Why? She sucks.
well, he's trying to get the Palestinian vote in Michigan because it's obviously Dearborn,
Oh.
Michigan's like
Well,
very heavy. So
yeah,
he's
So,
running.
so hold on. We didn't get the answer to that, Nicole.
I honestly, after the way she's been treating this whole Israel-Hamas thing, I don't
No,
know.
come
But-
on. Forget Israel.
No,
the leftist
prior,
things in general.
prior to this, I was somewhat a fan of her. There were things about her I respect, and there are things.
Kill me.
What do you mean, oh
Can
God?
I have a knife? The producer, anything. Throw me anything to cut the wrist. Anything.
Right, I'm
She
seeing.
got rid of Amazon that could have brought us $25 billion. The girl says we should spend
Amazon has its
$90
workers on
trillion.
welfare.
Come on, it's still a job.
But hold on.
$90
Heshy,
trillion to go
Heshy,
green when we
Heshy,
know green is fake.
Heshy, from a
Green is
business.
fake.
Green is fake.
Hold on a second, Heshy, from
We
a
have enough
business.
Tom, how do
energy.
you survive, man?
Come on, the ozone layer is
Give
not
us a
gonna-
call and tell us what you think about
Heshy,
it.
from a business
646-974-1580.
perspective, I felt that New York was paying way too much to get the Amazon deal. Arlington only paid $800 million in the whole package.
Ta-da!
No,
We
It's
were
not-
giving $2.5 billion. Why are we?
tax discounts. They
Arling-
don't
We
exist.
can't
No, no,
afford
but-
them.
There's no Amazon. We have zero.
Well, you know
But
what?
hold on a
Not
second.
afford them. Zero
We got a lot
and
of
no
comments right
buildings.
now, Heshy. Let me
Come
get-
on,
Hold on,
zero,
hold on.
zero.
Let's get-
Wait
You know
a
what?
minute.
You know what 100% of zero is? Come on, Mr. Accountant
That's
there.
still zero. Yeah. That,
Okay.
Thank
there
you.
All right,
Lloyd.
so I got-
George, I hate you.
I-
You are my. I don't know.
Why would you overpay 3 times as much?
You
You're
know
Jewish,
what?
of course
If
not.
the product,
I mean, what kind of businessman are you?
if I can't get the product, and the only way to get it that I know that this product will
Why is
triple
that
in
the only
value,
way?
because there was Amazon. We needed Amazon here, not for Amazon itself, for the trickle-down effect. That was the goal.
Oh, no, you're into trickle-down economics nonsense? You know that doesn't work.
It did work.
If you want to give us a call, I'm telling you
and the business that would have come in throughout this city, in my community alone, we were expecting over $8 billion in revenue.
Tom, can we go to the callers and see?
There's got to be a caller.
I have a bunch of comments here. First of all, our friend Lisa Leto says, and away we go between you and Nicole. So that she's
Nicole wins. Nicole
Black
wins.
Beauty
you know what,
also
Nicole?
says...
We're going to go with the wind power and the solar power. And when you're freezing cold in the middle of the night...
Freezing cold now.
And she's not married, so she has nobody to give her warm. Don't come crying to me because I have an electric blanket. Oh, I'm sorry. Electric blanket doesn't work because there's no energy.
Listen, sweetheart, I got a lot of volunteers. I just don't take them.
Well, all right, man. That was a joke. All right, man. That was a... Wow.
Black Beauty wants to say...
She spoke to me?
I see that, but people want to talk, and let's get them in here. There are Catholic priests who were married, according to Black Beauty. Infinite Justice MDV says to Nicole, it's legal to say, I wish someone would do X to you. When do you say I'm going to do Y to you? That's when it becomes a threat.
She's right.
And that's illegal.
So Nicole, Trump lost his sex scandal case. He got that paid $5 million.
The defamation suit, you mean? Yeah.
No, was it defamation?
It was a defamation suit.
$5 million.
Yeah.
That
You paid it to Carol.
Whatever. So do you think that most likely then Cuomo and Adams, who have the same non-recollection, most likely they'll lose?
So what you're talking about, the $5 million suit that Trump lost,
he sexually molested them.
Right, it wasn't about sex, but you're conflating the issue. So let's go over it briefly. It wasn't the fact that he sexually molested her, that he allegedly sexually molested her. In fact, there's no way to actually prove that.
Right.
It's what he said about it that got him in trouble. And it's what he said about his accuser specifically.
20 years ago.
That got him in trouble. Yeah, but it wasn't 20 years ago. He was talking about his accuser today. Right,
he was
calling her. Right,
actions.
She did. He was calling her a liar and all these things. If you note, he actually won on the molestation piece of the complaint. Yeah, he lost on defamation. But as far as proving that the molestation happened...
But if somebody accuses you of something bad, of course I'm going to say you're a liar, pig, dog.
But that's okay. But and then you're going to get in trouble, right? Because you're going to get in trouble.
I think you're going to get... You're going to be okay with the liar part. I think the dog, pig...
You can deny that an event happened. The defamation happens when you try to slander somebody else's character. By calling her a liar...
You slandered me first. You lied.
Not necessarily.
You called me a sexual molester.
No, he didn't. No. She said you sexually molested me. She never called him anything. She made an accusation against his conduct. And he called her a liar and then said all these other things about her, that she's so ugly, she's not his type and everything else.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And totally, that's the problem. He ran his mouth.
I go to young boys who are in parties and they say, she's ugly, I'll never date her.
Haven't you ever heard, are we allowed to curse on this? Haven't you ever heard
talk? I don't know, we're at 3 stations.
Ish, get hit. You've never heard that? Don't start no ish, won't be no ish. It's kind of what happened.
I just want to say, Zena loves the back and forth between you two. And I think that the callers and the listeners that are tuning in probably also love. They love the back and forth.
I think we're going to call the show Beauty and the Beast.
No. I'm going to ask. I'm going to be quiet.
George has some one-liners today.
If I sit with you in a room,
yes,
I tell you secrets.
Okay.
Business, private, bad things, good things.
As your lawyer, they're confidential. Yes.
That means never.
Correct.
Never. Or you go to jail.
Well, that's not quite how that works. I don't go to jail. It depends. If they're trade secrets, maybe. But no, it's not that I go to jail. It's that I get in trouble with the bar.
Would you get disbarred?
I can.
Okay, but and now also you can't use that information against me or the other.
That's also correct.
So how is this loser? I'm sorry.
Which one?
Sorry. Can't say loser, idiot. I can't say pig. I don't know what the hell this woke thing. I can't say any word. I'm saying.
You make it hard to keep you out of trouble.
Jack Smith.
Okay.
You're going to be busy, Nicole.
How is Jack Smith allowed to get information from Trump's attorneys because he made a deal with them?
No, because he probably subpoenaed them.
Okay, but they're still not allowed to say anything.
No. We never said...
Confidentiality.
It's not unconditional, though.
What?
Surprise. It's not unconditional confidentiality. If I'm subpoenaed by a court of law, then I have to give up the information that I have.
So I murder somebody. I tell my lawyer the murder thing. You arrest me for murder. My lawyer is the only one that knows how I did it, and I did it. He defends me knowing that I'm lying. So maybe the prosecutor...
First of all, if your lawyer puts you on the stand in your defense, knowing that you're lying, your lawyer gets in trouble.
Right.
So you could never... If your lawyer knows you did it, you could never take the stand in your own defense.
The point is the prosecutor can then subpoena every lawyer. Did your client tell you?
Not necessarily. No, that's not what we're talking about
here. You just said yeah.
Hold on. These are his former attorneys, right? First of all, there's no standing attorney.
Former attorney means nothing. Former attorney still client.
Former attorneys.
Just like psychiatrists. Just like psychiatrists. I can never give you the information ever.
That's also not true. Where are you getting this idea?
It's law. Read the
law.
What
law? I did read the law. I was a HIPAA privacy officer. It's not true.
so then why would I why would I tell you anything?
Because it's near perfect circumstances in that if they're arresting you for murder, right? They can't go after me as your attorney. But they're not arresting him for the same crime that his attorneys defended him on. It's a different crime. His attorneys have information, and pursuant to a subpoena only, and it could be federal investigation. The federal government. And
while you guys talk, I just want to mention it because one of our friends, Mr. Justin Parsley, also wanted to bring up the news about Henry Kissinger passing away.
Oh,
so, yeah. So I thought that would
just happen tonight.
It was a couple days ago, I think.
I have it November 29th that he passed away. I looked it up.
Okay.
Also, Warren Buffett's number 2 guy, 99 years old. I forgot his name.
That's who I was
And Jimmy Carter's wife passed away this
yep.
weekend. So
saw that.
Justin wanted to bring that up for us. And he had
legally, let's talk about Kathy Hochul opening up these
quarantine, which we missed on last week's show.
I have a feeling you're going to be...
I will fight that.
It's going to take off like a rocket.
I will fight that. I dare, again, another thing, I dare them to come get my people. We're not going to allow it. And I don't know how the American people can stand in line and I forgot what it is, in sub... What is it? What's the word?
Sub-freezing temperatures?
That's a freezing, like give in, like go there.
And while you continue to talk, I think we have a caller coming on the line. So I'll let the producer.
Because according to this idiot, and I'm going to call him idiot. I don't care if he's so Dennis Meadows. He wants to depopulate. What's the word?
So,
Depopulate the world. We have 8 billion people. He wants to depopulate us by 87.5%.
How is he going to do that? Are we playing the Squid Games?
Is he going to snap his fingers or something?
That's what he says we need to do. Now, he doesn't want to kill himself.
Of course not.
But my thing to you is how does he even say such a thing to the
caller,
world?
are you on the line with George, Nicole, Heshy, and Tom? Are you on the line here, caller? Hello, caller.
Hello, yes.
Hi, how are you? How you doing?
Hey.
Now I can.
Hi, yeah. Great. I had a comment about the whole lawyer thing. So I think the accusation is that, the privacy thing doesn't work if your lawyer colluded with you in the crime. So I think that's why
is that true?
They're able to subpoena and able to break that
breaches
a confidentiality agreement.
No, caller. I wanted to say to you, every lawyer colludes. You know that. Every lawyer colludes. Once he hears the information, he's giving you advice. Crime, right? He's giving you advice on how to get away with it.
I think the caller means, let's say the lawyer is advising you. Nicole's like, hey, I have this great scheme for money laundering.
It's a conflict of interest.
Thank you, caller, for giving us a call, and we hope to hear from you next week. And tell us who you are if you want at the end of the call here. But thank you for calling in. Okay, fair enough. So thank you for that. And Lisa wants to say she's enjoying the banter. And also, I want to give a big shout out to Johnny C, the pizza guy, by the way. Big shout out to Johnny C. Reason I want to give him a big shout out because he's big on Instagram. He tries like all the pizza places in New Jersey. And one of the big places he tried is actually a guy who grew up in this district. His name is Peter Grippo. Peter Grippo runs a place which is one of the most Barstool Sports top-rated pizza places called Brooklyn Square Pizza. They have it in Jackson, New Jersey, a number of places, and he tried his pizza among other places. And Peter Grippo is a local guy here, grew up in our district here in Gravesend, and he was also very good friends who's coming up, I think, in his pizza place this coming Monday, a guy, William DeMayo, who's the guy behind the Gravesend series, who actually also, Heshy, William DeMayo lives in your district. He lives on West Street, right by the Lady of Grace Gravesend baseball field. Yep, okay, so big shout out to Johnny, the pizza guy. We have another caller on the line.
Before you go, I want to ask a question to all of you.
Yep.
Again, I'm going back to the COVID stupidity. Maybe you think it's stupid, but I just read about an FDNY veteran that says he has heart damage from being required to take COVID vax. He has a proof since developing myocardial, whatever it is, and he went into heart failure. He's only 37 years old, and he was in perfect condition. Now he can't even support his family. These COVID vaccines were bad. They forced it on us, and they're going to force it again. And I don't know what to do, and I'm going to keep fighting.
I take my wisdom from the Democrats on this. My body, my choice. That's the way it should be.
Caller, are you on the line with us here with George, Nicole, Heshy, and Tom? And tell us who you are and what's on your mind here tonight on a Wednesday night at 9:45.
Hello?
Hi, how are you? Is this James, I think? Is it James here once again?
Me, yeah.
How you doing, James? You become one of our regulars. What's on your mind?
Somebody mentioned the library being, like the library is on tough times for whatever reason.
Yep.
I mean, I've kind of steeped myself in this subject over the years. I've noticed in my own library the books, the shelves are half empty, or it's really, I think it's disgraceful, and I think that it's a matter of the real estate issue. I think there are real estate issues that are behind this, like they want to see the library shut down, have it become real estate, and it's like, it's all a matter of these people. They want to come out like winners, and it's like, I think everybody trying to be a winner sometimes leads to a lot of destruction. It's as if we have something like what's the ancient Gnostics called the demiurge. That's what's determining all of this, the terrible actions
definitely,
that are going on.
we
appreciate
that.
People who are caught up in this urge to be a winner, and it's like it dictates that what they will do as a collective. I won't even say a society, just a collective of actors, And it's
well, James, thank you,
as always.
James, I want to ask you a question, James. Hello? Did you like my joke?
I think we cut him off, Heshy. We cut him off. But I do want to build off that here. Zena also wants to say that, Heshy, when you have Shabbos dinner, she wants to be invited.
Okay.
Could probably arrange that. And also, I want to say hello to Superfly 10579. I have a few more comments. Black Beauty says, a depopulated world goes straight to the Stone Age. Lisa Leto also says, no one mentions his inaction of Americans' behalf, which I think is referring to what somebody spoke about a couple minutes ago, if I'm not mistaken. So
I think I said something about that.
There you go. To you, George, right a couple minutes ago. So definitely keep the comments coming in here. And if you do want to give us a call, you get a couple more minutes. We're at 646-974-1580. And definitely build off this George and Nicole Heshy. And
I want to ask George and Nicole a question. George, you helped me with my campaign.
Your turn.
And you, no, because me and Tom are on this same page together, Tom.
Yes,
we
know
posters.
each other.
We agree that the posters should be up there, and you helped me put posters all over.
Lots of them.
Lots of them.
In fact, I actually got a text message, but it's still up there.
Right, a few idiots ripped it down. Now with these kidnap posters, which are private property, but even though I'm putting it on public space, you have no right to rip them down legally. Or can't I have you arrested? And why are you ripping down my posters? Isn't that a bad thing?
So I think we briefly went over this a few weeks ago.
It should be illegal.
To rip down a poster?
It's my poster. It's not yours.
Right, but once you put it on a public post, it's everybody's.
Yeah, what if you put it on your property here?
Right, if it's on your property and someone takes it down, that's different.
But
if you put it on a public light post,
so
it's
I take
not
my
yours
baby
anymore.
in a baby carriage to a public park, and I leave him there for about, while outside while I take care of the other kid on the slide. Since it's on public property, you can take my kid in carriage.
That's called kidnapping, and that would be an excellent opportunity if you left your kid, right? That would be illegal, but you're not giving someone an opportunity.
And one of the girls, I had two of my granddaughters. One of them ran away. I could only chase one, and I was watching the other one. The kids get wild. That's what you have to be very careful.
And Joe D wants to put up in bold exclamation points and in caps lock, Catholics stand up for Israel. So Joe D, thank you for tuning in. Catholics stand up for Israel.
Before we end the show, and we're going to have a few things, I'm going to closing
argument. We got 10 more minutes.
Okay, George Santos.
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
Dear
sure.
God.
He's not yet thrown out.
No, he's not getting thrown out at the moment, but obviously his political future is
definitely...
Oh, we're
back to our Democrat, even though I don't think he did bad.
Come on.
Okay. So they say that even if Santos gets thrown out, as a member of Congress, he still has a right to roam the hallways, use the clubs. If he gets thrown out, he might lose his pension because you need to be there 5 years. But even if you're there, 5 years, even if they throw you out for whatever reason, you still get to keep your pension. I mean, what kind of rule is this? During expulsion, he still gets to have a badge of honor and to stay there.
Well, because he got elected.
So once you're elected, you get all the privileges?
No, I'm just saying, listen, he got elected. I'm not a George Santos fan, just to be clear. but he did get elected.
But if you get thrown
Fraudulent.
out of Congress,
But he got thrown out by the body.
but it's not even.
auspices.
And my point is once you're in Congress, you use the club, you use the dining hall. By the way, he can.
By the way, you can walk around the hallways of Congress
say,
too.
it is a
Right.
public building.
But
It's a
if
public
you
building.
no, but to use the membership club or the dining room and stuff like that, you can't do. Okay, I believe once you're out as a member, whether you retire or get thrown out or whatever it is, you can't go back. To
But
those
Heshy, think about
services.
that from a legal standpoint. The people of Long Island voted for him in, so the body's deciding he's not. And I am not a George Santos fan. Please do not call and say, why is he supporting George Santos? But I'm just saying, you do not want the body to overrule the voters. You know,
Normally I would agree with that. Normally I'm on board. The problem I have with it is he obtained those votes by fraudulent means. The guy lied about everything but his name.
Oh, he lied.
Right?
Which
That's-
wait,
that's
Nicole.
fine.
Every politician
but every
lies and
politician
cheats.
lies.
That's
Not
what
like
you
that.
said.
I mean, that's pretty
Yeah, you
egregious.
can't change the
No,
rules. There's
his
no
level
one
of
to-
fraudulent activity is
stop.
beyond
Every
the pale.
politician you told me lies and cheats on their husband and wife.
Sure, but what is it?
That's what you said. I
Yeah,
heard
they
that.
absolutely do.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bunch of pigs.
Nicole,
Absolutely.
oh my
But-
God, she said, did you just hear what
You're
she
rubbing
said?
off
I
on me.
feel like Heshy,
I
this
love
reminds
you.
me.
I fixed you.
This
I
reminds
made us switch.
Fixed me.
I made you
Heshy,
call them pigs.
this
You are-
this
right.
reminds me. There was a famous wrestler, God rest his soul, Eddie Guerrero, who used to always say "lie, cheat, and steal." So you're basically quoting Eddie Guerrero.
And he
that
did
lie,
all
cheat.
three. That's the problem.
Yes,
he
Eddie Guerrero did.
Isn't that Run the
fraudulent
Jewels too?
companies,
No, that wasn't him. No.
Fraudulent companies, fraudulent GoFundMe's, stole money from other fundraisers, used fundraising dollars for everything from Botox to OnlyFans.
Yeah, we spoke about it last week on the show. We were
I mean,
talking about. We had a good
Bill
laugh.
Clinton, your president, cheated on his wife in the Oval Office, not once, but a few times, and one with Jennifer Flowers, I think a hooker.
it's only a hooker when
he
Clinton
and
does it.
Hillary killed somebody, I think, or made believe
No,
there was
come on,
suicide.
you can't say
but
that.
Forrester, come on, Foster, whatever.
So,
his name,
like, bring up
committed
Santos-
suicide when he was at the top of his weight. They only had $5,000 in the bank account. They knew exactly how to invest it and made $100,000 overnight. Genius, please.
So what do you want-
Insider
so
trading.
what-
I agree that the Clintons are corrupt as hell. I mean, there's no dispute.
So what would you want from Santos then? What do both of you?
Right,
people
when she
want from
says
Santos?
that
A
Santos
boot in the
lied,
ass. That's what he should get.
All right.
He needs
and
to
what
go
do you
home.
want from Santos then?
The truth of the matter is, I don't like Santos.
Okay,
He
so
does not deserve to be the congressman.
He never did.
Stop, but he was elected. That means he finishes his term.
Well, suddenly you've understood the rule of law. Look at you, Heshy.
No.
There's progress.
Right. You're doing good, George.
I'll say.
Look how she fixes things.
Well, I mean, look,
lawyer. That's back.
well,
isn't that what's it called? Back to,
well, we're
what's
not
the
lawyers,
word?
has
Lawyer
she?
talk. There's a word for the lawyer talk.
Is there?
Yeah. Anyway.
I find it very profitable to always agree with the lawyer.
No. I think
Superfly-
lawyers are
I'm
wrong.
just kidding. Relax.
Heshy, Superfly
Heshy
though
almost
is.
had a heart
You're
attack.
gonna give this guy a
I
heart
want to
attack
say
before he flies
Superfly
out.
is on Heshy's side.
Thank you,
And-
Superfly.
And Heshy, you stole my heart ever since I saw the clip of you that with that heckler you fought during COVID in Brooklyn. You're the best. Oh, she wants to clarify. Yep, saw the clip of you with the heckler in Brooklyn during COVID. Also, Infinite Justice wants to say George Santos would be a good Democrat.
So Nicole, can
We're
we?
not claiming him.
Nicole, can we trade him to you right now?
No, absolutely not.
We're almost finished.
Lisa
You know what?
also
We'll
wants
give
to
you
say
to lead.
the right
we're
to
in
assemble is
trouble
for
right
citizens.
now
Yep.
that the migrants are over the 100,000.
64,000 are in New York currently. 64,100.
number?
It's an
Over
exact count,
100,000 came in, $4 billion plus growing. They spent almost $4 million processing only 3,000 migrant work.
By the way, did you see that black families were complaining at a turkey giveaway that all the migrants had taken all the turkeys and there wasn't enough for people in the community?
It's there's no control. They have no plan. Now your guy Landers, I think you supported Landers.
I am definitely not a Brad Lauder
He
fan.
now walked himself into Washington to get more money. But you're willing to raise my taxes. You're willing to go tolls. AOC says we have to leave or people are leaving because prices are too high. You're asking Washington for money. Don't spend it.
Well, the
Don't
city
blow
council
it.
basically
or stop
that's what
taxing
they
me.
want.
Ask them for money, but they're taking money and they're raising these tax dollars so unproportionally.
The city spending is up 52% over the past decade since Bloomberg left office.
And,
It's
and,
50
and,
they're
and
cutting-
add
go ahead.
congestion pricing to the mix.
Forget
$15,
What are
yeah.
they doing?
Wow.
They're cutting across the board 15%.
so it's so 15% cuts to city agencies and also on
Fire department, police department. What else? Not the building department,
schools, homeless, mental
but not
services.
agencies that go out and find a ticket. The health department's not getting a cut. The building department's not getting any cuts. HPD is not getting any cuts. Judges, why don't we just throw away a few of those judges?
Well, how about, to me, the easy one would be, how about we cut the city council members' salaries? That would be a great idea.
Brilliant.
You know, that would be a great one. I would love to
What
see
about the
that.
discretionary funding? It's
I would
$5 million
cut
each.
that too.
Now we have 51
Almost
members.
$4.5 million each.
We have 51 members. They get, what is a discretionary funding? Can you explain that?
So they give it to local nonprofits that are doing good work in the neighborhood,
called
but they're buying votes.
It's cold pork barrel, basically.
They're buying,
terms,
but they're
cold pork barrel.
They're using it to buy
And
votes.
I want to
in the
thank
community.
everybody at 620, 1640, 93.5 FM for tuning in. We will see you next week here, same time, same channel with George, Nicole, Heshy, and Tom. And definitely for Heshy versus Nicole. Heshy versus Nicole each week. It's going to be, forget about Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
Pictures of me us with boxing gloves.
Beauty and the Beast. I'm going to go.
I'm telling you, you guys definitely forget about CM Punk coming back to WWE. It's going to be for me, Heshy Tischler versus Nicole Suissa. I cannot wait.
I'm going to be screaming at you, Tom. I don't like that hat you're wearing.
Well, you know what? You're going to have to stick with it because we're going to get here each and every week. But a few more comments.
Can we get a few different color
A few more comments. Though Superfly wants to say though she's mad because she got a ticket for putting egg carton in the regular garbage, which is
what?
I don't know why she got a ticket for it, but she's mad about that, and she wants to know what you'll do about it.
Some of these stupid inspectors, they actually open our bags to check.
They open
your
garbage?
bags if they don't give enough tickets. So I open your garbage bag to see if you mix recycling or not, and it's a $50 to $100 fine. I've been fighting with some of them. Also, they're not allowed to come onto your private property, but if they view that you have you didn't sweep up or it's a mess.
Well, I could vouch for you on that, Heshy.
It's called housekeeping.
Heshy,
they give you a fine.
I actually, I will vouch for him on that because I'm a newspaper carrier overnight, and I see sometimes the sanitation guys at like 6 o'clock in the morning picking up garbage, like where they are, and there are certain people that sometimes they drive in and they are looking through people's garbages to give them a ticket. So I've seen it firsthand.
Also,
I'm with you, Heshy, on that.
Put business, for example, you have your envelopes and you throw them in the garbage.
Yeah.
So you can throw your personal, but if you have business envelopes in there, that's a ticket. You can't do commercial stuff out of the house, and it's stupid stuff like that. Now, here's the way to beat the ticket, ladies and gentlemen. When you get such a ticket for your driver or messing, because according to the law, you have to sweep in front of your house or business between 6 and 8 in the morning. If you sweep between 6 and 8 in the morning, that's good enough. That's it. That's all you have to do. If they give the ticket after 8 o'clock, if they give the ticket whatever, the point is all you have to do is say, I swept. Then the judge is going to ask you, how do you have proof? Well, I do it every day. My wife saw it. My neighbor saw it. Also, it was a windy, rainy day. And the wind and rain blew the stuff into my driveway after I swept. And if you don't believe me, judge, check the weather report. You're not going to check it. And you can dismiss the case. Simple and that. That's your defense. But you have to stay on the phone or go to court for 3 hours to fight that $50, $100 ticket. And you're never going to do it.
And last comment, Lisa wants to say, Lisa Leto, by the way, Lisa's always been commenting on these shows for years. She wants to say the right to assemble is for citizens.
I agree, as she does.
I do agree, but not in a wild manner.
What's a wild manner?
And Infinite Justice, by the way,
during COVID, they tried to do the non-assembly.
You have a right to assemble. You don't have a right to disorderly conduct.
They tried to say non-assembly
Final
wasn't
comment
allowed for weddings and
hold on.
Final comment, Heshy. I would love to hear your opinion on this. But I got two more. Infinite Justice wants to say, I wonder if they gave out tickets in Brownville, and then Superfly says the public garbage cans you can throw anything in, then it's okay.
Right.
Love it.
Play the music. Thank you, everybody, for joining the show. Thank you, Nicole. We love you. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And she's not holding the hand up.
Play that music, producer, because Heshy's going to hang himself here.
The Italian did it the Greek. They do it different.
Yeah.